What's going on, guys and gals? It's Gamin for God coming at you with another episode of our video log series. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off with an incredible fitness update. I cannot express with words just how excited I am about this week's update. As many of you know, and if you don't, you should go watch the previous video log and the rest of the series if you haven't had the time to catch up on it. We have started a whole new thing in this channel where I am trying to do my best to get my body in a better physical shape than it's currently in, and we have been very successful for the first week. I want to first of all let you know that instead of 190 pounds being the target weight, it is 195 now, as I've talked to a few folks that are in the fitness industry as well as some relatives who all suggested that being at 195 will make it easier to bulk up if I decide to do that later, and it really is still a pretty physically healthy weight. With that said, last week for the very first update, which was really just the beginning of this whole journey, I started at 225 pounds, and I am very excited to announce that as of recording this video, I am at 215 pounds, which means I have lost 10 pounds in a week. I imagine that most of that is water weight, but regardless, this has been one of the most successful attempts I have ever had at losing any kind of significant amounts of weight, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. I'm gonna go ahead and put up that graphic for you right there, and you'll be able to kind of see the progress physically. I did take some progress photos for all of you beautiful people out there on the internet. I'm very, very excited about this. This is a really big milestone for me. I will be honest, keto is probably one of the toughest things and the most discipline requiring things that I have ever had to do as far as like consumption and physical health goes. It has been very, very challenging for me, but honestly, the results have been 1000% worth it. Moving on to our verse of the week, coming to us from Galatians chapter 5, verse 14. The New King James Version says it this way: "For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself." As many of you know that have been a part of this community for any length of time, you know that I am a huge proponent of the idea that love conquers a multitude of problems in our lives. And I think that it starts with loving your neighbors as yourself, because we all love ourselves to a very big degree. We have to be careful that doesn't turn into pride and selfishness. But with that said, if we can love others like we would tend to love ourselves, how much different would the world be? And that's kind of what goes into our challenge for the week. I do want to encourage you to love your neighbor as yourself. And you might ask, who is your neighbor? And there's lots of different answers to that. But the best way, the simplest way that I could possibly put it is not just the person who lives maybe next door to you or maybe in the apartment next to you. No. This is anybody that you run into in your life. If you go to the grocery store and that lady that's checking out the bags and stuff and taking care of all the groceries, putting them in bags, all that good stuff, is snarly at you, choose to love her back, him or her. I'm not trying to say it's all gals, so before any of you all get triggered. But seriously, all jokes aside, I want to encourage you to love your neighbor as yourself. Christian or not, think about how different the world would be. Society would be entirely different because you wouldn't worry about the person that pulls up behind you because you flattened out your tire and you're out there changing it. You wouldn't be worried to think, well, maybe this person's a serial killer. No, you would be very, very excited because that's what the world's like, because love is in the air, right? And not because it's Valentine's coming up either. Don't be weird. Moving on to this week's portion of getting to know me as your content creator, I want to go ahead and answer this amazing question. What is your favorite game or sport that you enjoy watching and playing? I'm not really much of a physical sports guy myself. Football, soccer, or football as everybody else likes to call it, gets triggered when I call it soccer, or basketball, baseball. I've just not been a physical sports kind of guy. But all of my life I have enjoyed thoroughly watching esports competitions. My very first esports game that I ever got to watch was League of Legends, and the first team that I ever fell in love with was Cloud9. I loved it. I didn't know all the players. I wasn't that big on it, but I still enjoyed it way more than any traditional sports, and I really, really, really enjoy playing those kinds of games as well. Many of you know that I will be starting out League of Legends starting in next month for my Twitch streams, and I'm very excited about that because it's part of where gaming really grabbed hold of me and really had a great time as a child. There's a lot of great memories I could share with you guys from my childhood, and a lot of times League of Legends or Halo was at the center of them. My praise report for this week is that I did lose 10 pounds. And honestly, I feel better, even though there's been some hunger pangs, trying to deal with those cravings for, a pizza. For all of you that know me, I love me some pizza. And there's a little bit of carbs in pizza, obviously, so I haven't really been eating as much of that. But besides those cravings, I have just been so grateful for this new diet because it has allowed me to lose more weight than I've ever lost, even in like a month in my entire life. As far as my prayer request goes for this week, my wife and we unfortunately have to move for the second time in our marriage. We've only been married for a little over 2 months now, and this is the second time that we've had to move. This is actually her second time in her entire life having had to move. She never moved as a child. So this is really hard on her especially. But I want to ask you guys to pray for both of us because we're moving away from a situation that was extremely expensive. The rent was not bad at all, but the electric bill became absurdly high. We both recognize that in the winter, it does get a little more expensive. That's just part of how this whole deal works. However, this was astronomical, so we decided to start looking at other options, and the Lord opened the door. So I know that where He is leading us, He's going to provide for us. And I just ask that you would pray that we would continue to keep our head up, push forward, and pretty soon you guys will be seeing a whole new background. It's going to be pretty awesome. As far as our Twitch goal to conquer, we are continuing to push closer and closer to that full 1,000 followers on Twitch, and I really want to attribute that highly to a couple of things. One, the community here on YouTube has been super supportive, and I want to thank all of you that have watched these videos, went, oh, he streams on Twitch, maybe I should go check that out too. It's been really awesome to see some of you come in and go, hey, I found your YouTube, I really enjoyed this video. It's been a huge blessing to me, so thank you. And if you're one of those folks, maybe you haven't had the time to check out one of my Twitch streams, please feel free to do so. I stream 40 hours a week, both morning and evening in my current time zone, so I want to encourage you to check those out. But again, we're getting closer and closer to 1,000 followers. If you haven't already, please do me a huge favor. Head over to my Twitch channel for me and just click that heart above the video feed. Even if I'm not live, I really appreciate those follows. They are incredibly helpful. You don't understand just how helpful they are. And the easiest way for you to do that, head down to the description of this video. There's a compiled link right there, and it'll say social media and Twitch. Click that link. The Twitch is in there. Click that. You're right at my channel. 2 clicks and you are done. And I really appreciate you guys. And you're watching this on YouTube, so you're probably wondering, okay, if he's a Twitch goal-oriented guy, does he actually care about his YouTube? Yes, I care about my YouTube. Our next big YouTube goal to conquer is to hit 250 subscribers. As of recording this video, we're at 74. So if you haven't already, I need you to do me another huge favor. I know I'm asking for a lot of favors today. Tick the bell right next to that subscribe button after you've clicked the subscribe button so you can get notified for when my videos go live for you. And I want to say a huge thank you to the 74 of you that already have. It means so much. You guys really don't understand. I really appreciate it. As we begin to wrap up this video, I want to encourage you that if you would like to get to know me a little bit better, maybe keep up with me on a day-to-day rather than just a week-to-week like we do in this video log series, feel free to become part of any of the social media that I am on. You can find that in that same compiled link that I advised you to click on when you were going to the Twitch channel earlier to drop a follow. You can find a Facebook there, a Snapchat, Instagram, and a Twitter, all within that wonderful link. And hey, while you're down there, right in that same little spot, there's a Discord link. If you use Discord and you want to become part of a very, very positive community that is referred to as God Mode Activated, I want to encourage you to click that link, become part of that Discord, and when you do, message me directly. I'm the team coordinator for God Mode Activated, and you'll see me as part of the staff in that right-hand side of all the members. You can message me directly, let me know that you were watching my YouTube and you wanted to come be part of that community, and I'll make sure to get you connected with some incredible people that are part of that community, not just me. And as always, make sure you smack that like button if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys all here next week. This is Gamin for God, signing off.